Welcome back, everybody. We are on part 2. It's time for the hot tags of the week. Only 4 things that I had written down, but who knows? Maybe we'll throw some other ones out there if we run through these pretty quickly. But let's start talking. Alberto El Patron, Alberto Del Rio, or any other names that he's going to go by, no-showed a charity event for autism. And at first, people thought that it was because he was, missing, and, maybe something would have happened. Seems like he did it just because he's a dick. Peyton, you've been following this more than anybody else. What's the situation with Del Rio? Did he literally just kind of not show up and he's just chilling at home?
I don't really know too much about this, actually. I'm getting updated as anybody else is. All I know is that he was booked for an event on Saturday. He no-showed, which is very unlike him. Yeah, I mean, this is a guy who has taken more than a WWE schedule while he's in his independent career. This guy became the hottest free agent. He's wrestling in every organization there is as one of their top dogs, and I've never heard of him missing a day. He's always been there, and he's always done his A game. And to hear him not being at a show was really surprising. I was like, oh gosh, this is going to be another one of those big wrestling tragedies. First he misses the show, then there's reports of nobody being able to get in touch with him for 2 or 3 days. And then I wake up this morning and I'm looking around and someone's like, oh yeah, Del Rio was just at his house. I'm like, what?
He was
nobody
locked
thought
in a
to
closet.
just go over there and check on him, knock on the door, Del Rio. Did you see the news? Everyone thinks you're dead.
He's like, yeah, but I've been cooking eggs. Well, that's kind of a shitty thing to do, to just no-show any kind of a show, especially if it's a charity thing. So.
I have a feeling there was kind of a miscommunication with that. More than likely, his agent just didn't get this booking to him properly or something like that. And he was just chilling all weekend because he thought he had it off. So he probably turned his cell phone off and was just kicking back. It just all got blown out of proportion like things do. You know what I thought the funniest thing was? Is when I was reading all the people who were trying to create rumors of this, and one of my favorite rumors I saw going around was that Del Rio was kidnapped by El Chapo.
I was like, kayfabe news right there.
Yeah, was that a kayfabe news thing, or was that somebody legitimately thinking that happened?
That was in the comment section of a bunch of posts I was reading. People were like, he was kidnapped by El Chapo. They're working together. It's some Mexican cartels.
Surprised there's not people blaming on Kevin Sullivan. What do you guys think about this Del Rio thing?
Well, I actually read the event's Twitter, and they don't seem too happy about it. They weren't aggressive about it, but they had a comment along the lines of, well, I hope he does something about this, ... Had the triple dot so you know they're not happy.
Oh,
yeah. This is a weird situation. A lot of people, not us, we're not really the biggest fans of Del Rio for the most part. I like him probably more than you three combined, but it was
Bite your tongue. I love Del Rio, goddamn. Yeah, sure.
Fuck up, Tony. Anyways, it was a weird situation. I think this was a mixture of what social media does nowadays and just media in general. It has a tendency to blow everything out of proportion. I feel bad for the charity event because this is just he said, or maybe his agent said he was going to be there, and he didn't show up. So, when more information comes out, I think we can have a better judgment of the whole situation and know exactly what happened. But right now, it just looked like he just didn't know about it. So I don't really blame him for that. And the idea that the charity event wants him to do something, I don't blame him for that. But I wouldn't count my chicken where the eggs are hatched, or whatever the damn saying goes. So.
Don't fucking say it if you don't know it.
What phrase is this? I wouldn't count a chicken if no eggs are hatched?
The eggs, hatching, yeah.
Don't catch your chickens before they're hatched.
But don't make eggs if the bacon's still on a Friday.
I like Tony's better.
Somehow that kind of makes sense, too. Well, another set of news reports about somebody who's kind of missing, but in a totally different kind of way. Dolph Ziggler is gone from WWE at the moment because he's filming a new movie, 642, which is basically about, some guy's got to fight his past demons, and also there's a bomb. It sounds terrible. He's also signed a WWE contract now, so all the rumors that he was going to be leaving seem to have been put to rest, and Ziggler's not going to be wrestling at Battleground, which means that Rusev most likely isn't either, which is fine. And I'm assuming that this means that we're going to get Rusev versus Dolph Ziggler at SummerSlam. And you know what? they've dragged this feud on long enough that they might as well drag it on an extra 2 weeks or 3 weeks or whatever and just do it at the bigger one. You guys interested in this movie? You guys like that Ziggler's got a new contract? You missing him? What's going on? What's in your minds?
Is it WWE films or is this a just normal?
It's
everyday?
WWE films.
Don't care.
That's basically my opinion. It was like, oh, he's filming a movie. Oh, for WWE.
Is he doing like a Dazed and Confused type movie? Because that's like the only role I could see him doing. Or like a Wet Hot American Summer.
It's looking more like he's doing 13 rounds, basically.
Oh, fuck.
Oh, fuck. Why is it that there would be just like these like action films? Why can't it just be a simple comedy film with a guy driving a bus or something like that?
Hey, he'll go to the papers if he has to.
What if that was like the running gag in all the movies? They just have like, with that movie that Dean Ambrose has been filming or whatever, like, they cut to him real quick and he's like, hey, papers and stuff. And they're like, alright, next scene.
What if, like, this is actually all building, like, a universe? Like, you know how there's, like, the Marvel Cinematic Universe and everyone's all about having their universe? Well, this is creating the WWE Universe, and it's all going to lead to the big final movie.
All about the
papers.
It would be, that'd be a good thing, but too bad the WWE Universe already exists.
It'd be like, instead of like Ernest goes to camp and Ernest goes to jail and stuff, it'll be Ernest goes to the papers.
It's about Ernest the Cat Miller.
There you go.
So
somebody call the papers.
Oh my god, I would actually watch this movie.
So does Dolph Ziggler have a new contract or not?
Yeah, he does. Or according to these reports, he does.
You just fucking said that.
Well,
yeah, so
you know, well, originally he did, but then he went on a fucking podcast to say he didn't. So I didn't know which one it was now because he kind of has a tendency to fuck with people.
Well, he's filming a movie with them, so probably yes.
Yeah, current reports are saying that he has signed a new contract, but I don't think that there's been any information leaked about like if it's like a year or if it's like a 3-year contract or 2 months or. I would assume it'd probably be at least a year, if not like a couple of years.
All that matters is that he will not get released and then lose 100 points in the end. So I'm not gonna watch it because I haven't. The last WWE films I watched was Oculus. That surprised me. That was actually a really good movie, but I'm not gonna watch this. Dolph Ziggler doesn't strike me as the type of guy who will be a good actor out of everyone. So I don't know if I
will.
will.
On the set, and he's gonna be reading all of his lines like this, and it's like, "What's my next line? Okay, this is my next line. All right, take 3. Let's do this take."
Sure.
Does Drew get any points if Dolph Ziggler goes to the papers?
No, unless he drafts the papers, which case he automatically wins the fantasy league.
I call dibs on the papers.
Just fuck, dude. No, you can't because Dolph Ziggler's the one going to the papers, Tony. If he does, then I guess I don't exactly win.
Can't draft him until the papers appear on Raw.
Hey, I have Rusev on my team now, and he might knock Ziggler out and go to the papers instead.
I am waiting for the day Dolph Ziggler shows up on Raw with papers in his hands. As soon as that happens, I'm just gonna message you guys in whatever group chat, and it's just gonna go, "Fuck you, I win." That's all I'm gonna say.
Another story here: Team B.A.D is the name for the new stable that is happening with Sasha Banks, Naomi.
Oh, I thought that was Drew's fantasy league.
Nah, it's fucking shithead losers.
Well, Team B.A.D stands for Best at Dominating. You guys like this name?
I remember thinking New Day was bad, but
yeah,
okay.
I think it'd be better if they called them like bad bitches, and then they could still call the bad like that.
I think
with a Z.
I don't know. They could probably call themselves bad bitches. Brock Lesnar and Paul Heyman says it like every week on Raw, so.
I don't remember who brought it up last night on the Raw post show, but somebody mentioned that Naomi and Sasha Banks have those glasses, and whether or not Tamina is going to. If they're going to be a legit stable, Tamina kind of has to, I think, at this point.
No, because Tamina could just stand in the back and be the heavy. Like, she could have different sunglasses. They could put, like, Elvis sunglasses on her, but don't put the Snuka glasses on her. Those would look stupid on her.
No, she has to wear whatever she's wearing right now. She has to
pin the glasses on the yoga.
Or what Wago says, a fucking paper bag on her head.
Well, shit, this is the best thing that ever happened to Tamina, right?
Yeah.
Damn right. And it's better for Naomi, because probably when this ends up being a split, Naomi and Sasha Banks will feud more than Tamina.
Perhaps.
you say craps or perhaps?
I said perhaps.
Okay, I thought you were like, craps. Like, that sucks. I don't want to see
craps.
Yeah, I'm in a gambling mood. I wanted to play craps.
I thought that was just a different way of just being like, I don't really want to see that. Just, craps. Last hot tag that I have, oh man, my voice is killing me today. Security guard Troy Rivers is going to sue all of the superstars who were involved in a live event in 2013 at the Savannah Civic Center because he was apparently hit by a chair and doesn't know who hit him, and they haven't reviewed the footage yet, but they're just going to sue everybody. They're like,
you could just...
it could have been Dean Ambrose.
I'm hoping it was Big Show with his giant chair, and he's like, who used this one?
Was it Torito?
El Dorito, what are you doing?
Like,
It was Sportswoggle.
I don't know. I think that, obviously, I don't know the real situation, like if he did get blasted with a chair and he's got all these problems and stuff, but this just strikes me as somebody who wants a payment.
No, it's someone who's sue happy. I mean, first off, this guy's a security guard. He should know the line of work that he's in. You actually have to sign waivers when you go into this type of work. Also, this case happened years ago, and he never fucking said anything. So it speaks even more bullshit of it.
You don't know.
If anybody has a case, it's that little kid who got hit by the fucking door.
Right?
Brock Lesnar threw.
They hand him some t-shirts, and he's like, no, I'm cool. This guy's like, you hit me with a chair, but I don't know who hit me, so you're all at fault. At that point, like, wouldn't you sue, like, WWE, not
that's what
the
I was
particular
thinking.
people?
Well, no, he's suing both.
It makes
I mean,
more
like-
sense to sue WWE than what
No,
once you
it makes
review the
sense to
video,
sue both, because then you can double dip on the money you get.
I don't know if it's the same as promoting an event in the UK, but the actual person that hit him with the chair probably isn't liable to be sued. WWE, at least most promoters, have an insurance where if such an incident had happened, the insurance pays it all out.
No, it doesn't matter. This is going to be settled regardless.
Mm-hmm.
That's how WWE's lawyers work.
Honestly, I wouldn't. If I was them, I wouldn't settle. I'd just fucking let the guy spend all his money trying to sue you and be broke for the rest of his life.
This is how corporations in America work. They have millions of dollars set aside in budgets just to handle lawsuits, just to like get through. Shut the fuck up, Drew.
You made the joke, not me.
No, he didn't make a joke.
What joke? I'm missing the joke here.
God damn it, Drew. All right, so
$1
I think, Tony, that brings us on to our next segment.
Well, see, to me, the thing that strikes me funny about this is the idea that they're suing multiple superstars before they said that they even reviewed the footage. If I were in, I mean, I don't know if there's like some kind of a legal thing where that's totally allowed or what. I don't pay attention to that kind of shit because I think it's incredibly boring. But if I were a judge, I'd be like, yo, can you at least like look at the goddamn footage first? Because for all we know, maybe you didn't even get hit by a chair. Maybe like the person next to you hit you with something, and you should be suing a fan instead or something. You know what I mean? Like, that's the kind of bullshit that makes me think that this is all just a cash grab and fuck those people.
What should be no video at all?
And if there's no video, then I don't know how the hell that guy would have much of a case.
Eyewitnesses.
Well, here's the thing. I think the reason they haven't reviewed the video is because they don't have access to it, and that's why they're pressing the charges, because that gives them access to review the footage and see what happened.
That's a good point. Either way, I'm not expecting much to come out of this, but it's better to talk about that than it is to talk about, hey, Sonny got arrested again.
Well, like I said, quick
Did that
settlement.
happen?
This guy will get his money. Everyone will be happy. It's going to be taken care of easily.
So anything else happened this week that you guys want to bring up other than Conor McGregor?
Did Sonny get arrested?
Yeah, Sonny got arrested, but
Well, Conor McGregor beat Chad Mendes. Who was that?
yes.
He broke a nose.
Yes. Alrighty. Well, those are the hot tags. Everybody leave your comments below. Tell us what you think about these different subjects that we were talking about. And if we forgot about anything, leave them in the comments and we will try to leave you some comments. And we're going to take a break in the rest hold right now. And then we're going to come back and start talking about all of our predictions for Battleground 2015.